Hello, City Life Gardening. Just wanted to come at you with a quick one today. I just kind of wanted to show you um, just a little bit of the work of trying to revive these yellow winter strawberries that were unfortunately snacked upon by neighboring cows that decided to get through the fence. And it's not a new occurrence, but not surprised, not happy about it though. We'll get on and move on, and they will regrow. They already are kind of some. They were definitely all ate out. This one was pretty much the only untouched one here on the end. The rest of them, and this little one, they kind of didn't notice, I guess. But other than that, yeah, they were all ate out completely in the middle. And since I've bought some red strawberries, and I also I don't know, just want to share the realities because, yeah, the cows ate the strawberries. And also, even before that, I was realizing, well, I didn't get any last year, and I finally figured out the squirrels are getting to them before they're even ready, the yellow ones. I was kind of disappointed in that because we have a ton of squirrels here. But I do have a solution for that. I have a little bit of metal woven wire, and I'm gonna need to get more of it, but I got all they had, and I need to go by the store one of these days this week and get it set up. Thinking I'm gonna put in shortened tomato stakes, so it doesn't have to be that tall, but just enough to keep squirrels off of it and keep it securely in the ground around them, and just kind of might make 2 or 3 of them just to keep them smaller and easy to lift up and out, but still do a good job at protecting everything and keep the squirrels off of them, and then we can finally get some berries, and I'm excited for that. I have these red ones sitting here too, and the squirrels definitely ate those unripe ones. I ate the one ripe one, but I've noticed all the green ones that were on them are gone. The squirrels have been feasting. We've got to fix it. So wherever I plant the red ones, I don't necessarily think I'm going to crowd all these strawberries in here. Maybe it would work, and it's not if I just kind of space it out, but I don't know, just wherever I do all of them, I'm going to have to defend them from squirrels for sure. I figured out. But I wanted to show you too, I've already mixed some 911 Reviver X, the liquid water-soluble fertilizer I like to use. It's pretty nitrogen heavy, so you got to be careful not to burn your plants. Definitely don't mix it too strong, but I just wanted to show you water in that today. And the seed table is no longer on the seed table. It's been cold for a couple nights, and I haven't moved back outside. They're right behind me. I may touch them with a little bit of this water too to start, just because I kind of didn't finish all of that. Some of it kind of got left dry because I was using the watering can that, instead of having the top handle that should be right here, broke. It has nothing right here, so it just kind of comes out on this other plastic one, and I was struggling with that and I just didn't have enough to get everything over here. But before I did that, I just wanted to show you the container. If I can get the angle I'm trying to get. 911 Reviver X. I buy about a gallon, and I don't know that you'll necessarily be able to pause and read. I'll try to get it in a good enough, steady enough frame so that you can, with the whole thing in the shot. And how I eyeball it, I work in kitchens a lot, but so that kind of helps. But I just try to not fill this any more than like halfway, really, because I'm really only going for like 2 or 3 tablespoons, and then that goes into this, which I think is even more than a gallon. I think this is like, oh, where does it say it? It just says the measurements. I swear it says it on there somewhere. Or no, yeah, 1.75. So yeah, that's almost 2 gallons. So really, I could do 4 to 6 tablespoons. So if I do kind of eyeball heavy, it's not that big of a deal because I use that size of a watering can. But if you were able to get a pause on that, pretty much most of these purposes are 2 to 4 tablespoons. Pretty much. The only one that's any higher than any of that is if you're just putting it into a hydroponic system. I think it's like 9, and I think that's per gallon of water in your system for that. I'm not even sure. I would have to look further into that. I don't have any systems set up like that. That would be cool though. do some hydroponic tomatoes or something. I don't know, but yeah, you can use it just for your plant food for that. If you're doing things in that way, but yeah, I was going to show you actually measured out in it, but I do only have one hand right now, so just visualize that cap about halfway full. But yeah, and it's some good stuff. It should help this be able to produce some foliage pretty quickly, like it already has in the middle. There, you can still see some, sorry if I angle it better, you can still see some of the leaves that are just missing leaves, and they're just bare stems where those cows came through and ate. But trying to get the ground and not necessarily the foliage. It's sometimes difficult to do that. And Lord, I think this is raised up. Yep, they like pulled it up out of the ground some, so I'm just gonna try to make it happy. Get some of this debris. And just come in here and clean it up. And we're already seeing another flower. So we just got to get these covered up and protected. And we'll have some yellow strawberries, you guys. I promise. I'll be able to show you these this year. And this should be their best year for production. And I'm trying to help them recover. And I'm running out of water quickly. So let's hurry and try to get what I needed to finish off over here. To make sure everybody got a nice watering. There's a butterfly. I don't think I got it in frame yet. Okay. And let's see. I haven't shown these on the channel yet. So here's some new things for you guys. Besides what you've already seen a bunch of times. This here is some stuff I got at the local nursery. Here's some sage. I'm not sure the variety. Okay, it's just Salvia officinalis, so that's just sage. I swear I would have thought it would have been a special variety because of how purple it looks, but maybe that's just sage for you. This one has quite a bit of green showing in it, but the rest of these, I swear, it's all purple. There's like one green leaf on this one. Anyway, and some rosemary. Let's see if there's a variety name. Just rosemary officinalis. And I thought this was like some other rosemary variety when I was grabbing it right here, but I was surprised and just decided to go ahead and buy it anyway. Some Lavandula X Intermedia. There should be some pretty flowers. Fun to use. And some oregano, Greek oregano. Should also be fun to use. This guy's already long right here. Yeah, he's getting long. I might I don't know, maybe tonight, maybe the next night, just trim this one just a little bit to encourage some bushy growth, and maybe take off some of the weight to where it can be vertical again. But I don't know, surely it wouldn't hurt to let it crawl just as long as I can keep up with where it is. But I'm pretty excited about the sage as well, because as long as I plant it in the ground, it should survive the winter in my area, as long as I get it in the ground enough time to establish and feel secure. But yeah, everything's doing pretty good. Everybody lives through the frost because it went inside. Even some things that didn't necessarily need to, like this viola, because I asked for help and somebody else did it. They weren't exactly sure, even though I tried to be specific, but I guess they were just trying to be thorough and not let anything get hurt. But violas are actually really, really cold hardy, apparently, because this one survived in its starter pot from the nursery. I never planted it out this year, but I found it this spring, just flowering, sitting there, not having taken care of it at all since planting out the rest of them. And I was really happy about that. But yeah, happy gardening, guys. That's basically the process. You just add a little bit. I like to add it at the start and then add the water. That way, adding the water with the faucet waiting, sitting there waiting, and it just continually stirring and pouring in, kind of helps stir, and then I'll shake it as I lift it up out of the utility sink and come out here and water with it. And pro tip, if you have a house filter for your, like a whole house water filter, it should have a little bypass valve. You can switch when doing stuff like this or running your hose to save your house filter. That way you don't have to change it so often, because you already want to change it pretty often. And if you do stuff like that with it all the time, it'll be way too often, or it'll just run semi-clogged and you won't really understand why until you change it and you're like, oh wow, that's how much stuff was in there. But that's especially if you're on a well system, there will be a lot of stuff in it. If you have a filter like that and you're on municipal, I don't know that there'd be as much solid or sediment or anything. But anyway, pro tip for anybody that's on a well system, has a house filter and does gardening. But these calendulants I'm excited for. Y'all have a good one. I already said happy gardening. This is going to be a long video, but yeah, excited for the beans too. Happy gardening. Excited to show y'all some new stuff. I feel like I kind of wind up showing y'all the same old plants over and over again, but it's finally going to be warm here pretty soon and stay warm. I'm excited about that. It's not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Maybe let me know how the weather's at where you're at. Happy gardening.